Welcome everyone to the Pantheon of M. I'm your co-host Ray.
And I'm Evie.
And Evie, what are we looking at today?
We are looking at Iron Man Extremis.
Right. Extremis or Extremis, I'm not sure what I don't know what the actual interpretation of it is. It's written by Warren Ellis. He wrote the original comic book adaptation. And this is what the movie Iron Man 3 is actually based on.
Yes.
This came out 3 years before the film's release, and they actually acknowledged that the idea for Iron Man 3 is based on actual his writing.
Okay.
And the designer, the person who drew this one, is Adi Granoff. He's the one who designed his initial drawing, and that became one of the iconic images used for the film, and a lot of the pop art work you see with Iron Man. So when people associate with Iron Man now, that one pose is what Adi created, and it's one of the coolest things you see for art.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So that's become a staple of the Iron Man lexicon, if you will.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so Extremis, what is it? To help make you function better. In this case, it goes on a DNA level.
Like nano?
Technology, yeah.
Right.
It can in this case, it can restructure your DNA. It can repair the body. It can do so many things. It's like basically having the Iron Man suit, but within.
Right.
And it's like the idea was to be a medical breakthrough for, clearing clogged arteries and all kinds of stuff. But this one was a lot more deeper, intense. The result of this was that Iron Man got involved with a person who was injected with Extremis, and his abilities became monumentally greater. His hand coordination became faster. He could run great distances. His strength was optimum, well beyond the strength of Captain America's strength. It was off the scale. He could literally breathe fire and hit temperatures beyond belief. Yeah. And that's something that was exposed in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. too, but until they were able to control that issue. When this character's name was Malin, he was a white supremacist person who, from childhood, was experiencing the death of his family and wanted revenge and wanted to promote the white power ideology. He attacked very civilians, and when Iron Man confronted him, every blow broke Iron Man's body, in the armor. It was intense. And so, he, being almost dismantled himself, he needed to use Extremis on himself, which was a way to mesh man and machine together faster. And in the comics, that's what ended up happening. I'm not sure how much. Well, no, in the comics, it's almost word for word verbatim. The idea was to get Tony to the level where his rate of thinking went in the same speed as the rate of thinking with the body of the armor, rather than having a robot, rather than having a robot sense of movement. He's actually can think and move in such a quick time.
Right.
So it was the next level of evolution for Iron Man, and that was the mesh man and machine, and that's what the purpose of Extremis was. Now there's a lot of moral issues with that. There's a lot of moral ambiguity in that. That could be discussed on another day. If you want to discuss it now, we can. But it was a really interesting take on on an enemy that Tony couldn't beat for the first time, both intellectually as well as physically. Right. And it was it's interesting telling of how the character, it's just basically just how the character decides to take on the challenge, because that's the kind of thing that Tony does in the movies too. Yeah. With Ultron and what have you. So your thoughts?
My thoughts? Yeah, I do agree with you. It is about the melding of I guess man and machine. And who would win? And humankind. We better be careful of what we do, or else because there's no going back after we.
Yeah, kind of like a Pandora's box.
Exactly.
No? Yeah.
So if we open it, we better be careful because there's consequences.
I like there's a discussion where they go see this one guy, which is led into later on in the episode. He's like the dude, from the Big Lebowski. Okay. Who is when they talk to him, he's kind of like a technical guru who understands both the technological side as well as the philosophical and chemical side, biological side of it. Right. And when he spoke to Tony and Maya, who's the person who created Extremis, they had a a coming of minds and a coming of the moralities and the benefits of all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think of that?
That was interesting, you know, that actually she actually used Iron Man to actually do something she wanted pass.
Right.
You know, like more information, you know, and how, and to make all of these other technologies, right? So, you know, yeah, it you know, because now she could go on and do whatever she wants, right? You know, leaving Iron Man, you know, like, why did I help her, or, you know, she actually tricked me.
Right.
You know, you better be careful. You know, people have other motives too, so it's important to look for that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So that was my go-to. So recommendations. I would recommend this to my friends to go see, to watch. It's 6 episodes. I would give this a 7 out of 10.
Okay.
How about you?
Well, I would give it, this maybe 6.5. I like the way that everything like was drawn, like the, you know, pencil opposed.
That's right. Yeah, I remember the animators. They wanted to keep some of like the Iron Man when he's in flight in 3 dimension.
Yeah.
But then when it starts to talking and having certain like pieces on it, 2 dimension. Yeah. It was done specifically for that way.
Oh, yeah, it was interesting. Yeah. You know what? No, I'd give it maybe a 7 out of 10, to be honest. It was well done.
Yeah.
It was well done.
Would you recommend this to anybody?
Yeah, I would. You know, just any Iron Man fan. It was well done. Yeah, definitely. I would, for sure.
Okay. I just want to mention too, the directors of this, I've forgotten, this is Joe and Mark. Their company is called Magnet Dreams, and the president is also one of the directors on it.
Okay.
Excuse me. I thought it was really well done. I like the music on it too. It's very dramatic, like, especially in the opening credits and stuff. I think, just in terms of Marvel Knights, because this is part of the Marvel Knights anthology of stories, because we're going to do a bunch of other Marvel Knights animations as we go along.
Oh, okay.
Like the last one we did was Blood Brothers, Thor and Loki.
Yeah.
Right. And again, whenever you watch this, I think it's just gonna be one cartoon movie, and it's like a short string of stories, or one story but stretched over a course of 6 episodes.
Okay.
So, do you like that format? Just, I don't know, out of curiosity.
No.
No.
I like, you know, just give me the whole cartoon.
Yeah.
Don't slow me down with like 6 parts.
Yeah, because then when he starts off again, it's the retelling the beginning.
Yeah, exactly.
And then going into the actual film piece.
Yeah.
And that kind of, for me, that slows it down.
Exactly.
But I loved it. But you're right. That is the one thing that annoyed me. It's like I just want to have one
hour-long movie or whatever.
Yeah, they could have made it like a short film, like 70-minute, and then go. But that's my only drawback. That's why it's not an 8, in my opinion. That's where I like that half mark is like
yeah.
Why do I gotta watch this thing over again? I was like, I know this is what happened to the guy. I know this is what. Okay, but that's just me.
Yeah. No, seriously. No, I do agree with you. Well,
what do you think about the voices too? Like, do you think the voices match the characters?
Some of them, no.
Yeah, which ones?
I don't know. I guess. I don't know. I think the guy in the Hawaiian shirt or whatever, he didn't match from what I think. But.
Okay. No, I just thought he was more like the dude, and he matched the dude. I thought Stark's voice was kind of like. I don't know if that was the right voice for the character. I know when we did the Iron Man Hulk and we did the Heroes United, it was the guy who did Talbot and Adrian Paskar, Paskar, the guy from Heroes, and he played Talbot on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh, okay.
He did the voice for Tony Stark.
Oh, wow.
And then, but not even necessarily knowing who the actor is, but just listening to the voice.
Okay.
For Stark, I thought, no, it really works with character. Okay. It works really well with the character. Okay. And then with this one, it's just, I don't know if it's laid back or methodical, but there's something about the voice in this one I don't connect too well with. But
the lady's voice, you know, is kind of like a bit more upbeat.
Yes, it was.
I don't know. I don't think it.
And Henson's voice, didn't think
Excuse
in
me.
Henson's voice, I didn't think was too well. I think it's because I'm looking at the film, thinking of the movie, and then seeing the actor, and then seeing this portrayal of Henson.
Yeah.
It seemed a little strange. But then Jensen, even in the Invincible Iron Man, didn't look too normal either. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just, I guess it's just a matter of how you interpret the character to what you see.
Sure.
Personal preference. But with that, I got nothing else to say.
Same here.
Okay. Well, we ask you to hit subscribe at the bottom of the screen. We'd love to hear any of your comments, so please subscribe and list any comments you want to say, recommendations, or films that we should be reviewing or talk about. We'd love to hear from you. But until then, we'll talk to you later. I am Ray.
I'm Evie.
Take care.